Good morning. Just woken up. Day 16 of my Larapinta yo-yo. This is what Case Gun Flat looks like in the daylight. Had a very comfortable night last night on the pack table down there. Heading over to Hugh Gorge this morning, and then Hugh Gorge Junction, I'll drop the pack and go up to the end of the gorge to the waterhole, check it out, maybe have a swim, another swim. I'll have a swim as I go through Hugh Gorge at the compulsory spot, and then over to Fringe Lily. So should be a really good day, hopefully. All right, I'll spin the camera around and show the scenery. Sun will be up in about half an hour. It's not particularly cold. There's a bit of wind gusting through every now and then. I don't know where that's coming from. It's fairly strong. Yeah, those trees there have been burnt in a fire, unfortunately. I don't know if they're going to come back. Alright, suppose I better pack up and get going. Okay, 7:15, I'm on my way. Fairly relaxed start again this morning. Not as relaxed as yesterday though. So yeah, plan is Hugh Gorge, maybe upper Hugh Gorge, and then over the saddle down to Fringe Lily and spend the rest of the day at Fringe Lily. Sounds easy. I'm still about, I don't know, 8 or 10 k's from Hugh Gorge though, so there's a bit of walking involved. All right, I'll get on with it, I suppose. Well, it's still nice and cool this morning. Today and tomorrow are meant to be the hottest days on the last outlook that I saw, which is handy because I'll be swimming today and tomorrow. So that's kind of worked out good. Well, walking directly into the sun, at least it's not hot, I suppose. That's the only thing positive I can say about it. Swallowed my first fly for the day. So every now and then out of nowhere last night, these really strong gusts of wind would come through. And I was sleeping on the pack table, so I wasn't on the ground. So I was copping the brunt of them. And they were coming from the direction of where my head was, so it'd fill up my quilt with air like a balloon. I actually had to cinch the top, the shoulder, kind of caught up to stop it getting in there too much. I looked like a big sausage lion. Well, I would have looked like a big sausage lion there if you could have seen me. This is the warmest morning I've had on the trip. I'm thinking it's already over probably 15 degrees. So that's Hugh Gorge through the trees there. I'm just kind of winding my way around to it. Got about 2 k's to go to get there. It'll be brekkie time, I think. This is the last of the easy walking I don't know, 4 days. So I get to J Creek really. All right, just fixed up the dunny door. It was broken. It had been left open last night, or yesterday obviously. And the wind last night smashed it, so it's broken the hinges. All the toilet paper was starting to blow across the desert. So I kind of got it closed with a rock. I'll report it when I get back to Alice Springs. All right, time to leave the comforts of the Hugh Gorge shelter and the shade and head into the gorge, heading to Fringe Lily today. So that's pretty cruisy. Wow, half day by the time I go up to Upper Hugh Gorge. We'll see how we go. Walking definitely gets adventurous from now on though. All right, let's get into the gorge. Okay, been walking from the hut for 5 minutes. Or the shelter. Scenery's already ramping up. Got water, cycads, red cliffs, and a blue sky. Yeah, life's good this morning. So wherever there's permanent water, or good water, maybe not 100% permanent, there's grain-eating birds, like budgies. There's a few spots in Hugh Gorge where it gets a bit narrow. You can normally scramble them around, all except for one. You can normally get around the edges with dry feet if you want, or you can just walk through for a cool, refreshing dip for your feet. So I think I'm getting close to the point where I have to swim. Might be up here in this narrow bit, I think. That big mountain of rock towering above, I think, is Hugh Gorge Junction. Around that area, I think. Okay, there's the rock that should have a stick on it, but someone not solo, has thrown away the stick. So there's some people coming out of the way. Hopefully I can pass. So these two girls were coming through the same time as me. So we passed our packs around the rock. And now I'm through. It's time to keep going. So I've dropped my pack at Hugh Junction. And now I'm heading up to the last kind of waterhole in Hugh Gorge, which is as far as you can walk. From there on, you're swimming or you're pack rafting, I think. Not many people come up here. It's well worth it. It's a bit of a detour, that's why it's about 2 k's each way, maybe a bit less off the track. It's pretty rough, as you can see. So this is Upper Hugh Gorge. This is as far as the walking goes. From here it's swimming or pack rafting, I think. However, I'm not going to swim through because it'll be absolutely freezing. But I am going to go for a dip again. Second one of the day. How bougie's that? So peaceful. There's normally some nice reflections. However, there's a bit of wind blowing today. Okay, just got back from Hugh Gorge North. I grabbed my pack at Hugh Junction. Now I'm heading up to this side creek where I climb over a saddle and drop down to Fringe Lily. So I've got a couple of hours of hot walking and I'll be at Fringe Lily by about 2:30 I guess. It's not a particularly long climb, this one, not a particularly hard one. But it is exposed, there's not much shelter. Alright, well I'll turn it on when the view improves a bit. Okay, I've left the creek system, started to climb. The major part of the climb. I can't remember if I've ever been through here in the middle of the day. I'm normally at one end of the day or the other. There's the saddle ahead of me in the distance. That's not too bad. So it's climbed up there. That's Hugh Gorge down the bottom and to the left and right. I'm getting close to the saddle now. And then it's just a downhill run. The day's over. Looks quite decidedly bougie. Okay, so just got to drop down this valley. Fringe Lily's in that cleft there. That's Razorback Ridge. That's tomorrow's adventure. It's pretty stunning. Pretty well down at Fringe Lily. That's the Razorback towering up there in the middle distance, and over there on the left. I'm going to go and find hopefully, a shady spot to camp. It's only probably 1:45. It's probably the hottest part of the day now, I think. So Fringe Lily is like a side gorge. I didn't drop into it on the way through this time, but I'm going to spend a night there now, so that'll make up for it. So I'm at Fringe Lily. I'm just rock hopping down the gorge to get to the bigger waterhole. Top up my water up there, I think it's probably best. This will do me for the afternoon. Even got my own beach down there. Camping area's 100 metres up there. There's more waterholes if you hop your way through. So to the person who dropped all these I guess it's water filtration tablets on the sand here at Fringe Lily. Don't worry, I got your back, mate. I've picked them up and I'll carry them out for you. Good effort. How can people pollute this? So I've got all day. Well, it's only 1:45 now. I'm already swimming. I'm just walking downstream. I've got some rough ambition to walk down this creek one day right through the range and pop out on the Hugh Gorge track and walk back out Hugh Gorge, make it into a circuit. But I've never pushed. I don't know whether I'm going to get cliffed out walking down here, whether there's waterfalls or whether I can actually get through. It'll be a bit of a speculator. I'm thinking it'll be a good one for summer because I reckon I'll be getting wet. Anyway, let's just push on a little bit, eh? Yeah, well, this is as far as I'm going in bare feet. It could certainly, it looks doable. It looks doable. Maybe another day. So the thing with Fringe Lily is, the only issue is the camping is above the waterholes. There's a few, there's a series of waterholes stretching down. Now, the reason I will draw water out of this and I won't draw water from Waterfall Gorge, there's a lot more water here. And the waterholes go a lot further down, so the sand's had a lot more chance to filter any kind of nasty stuff out that's flowing, washed down from the camping area. Because, yeah, once again, this camping area hasn't got a toilet, so people are just kind of doing their stuff under rocks and things. So you got to filter it. It's pretty clean. I haven't heard of people getting sick here, but I'm not saying you couldn't, but I've always found it pretty good. But definitely filter or use tablets. Just don't leave the packet lying around. So I've spent the last 3 hours, believe it or not, here, just hanging out, eating some lunch, doing a bit of swimming, laying in the sun, sitting in the shade. It's been very nice. But yeah, this is definitely the bougie part of my Larapinta yo-yo. So this is Fringe Lily Waterhole. Back when I first walked the track, this place didn't have a name. And I met one other couple on that whole walk back in the day, walking the Larapinta, and they were regaling me about this Fringe Lily waterhole with fringe lilies. I reckon they named it. I reckon they've told someone and that's what they've called it. I better go put the tent up though, I think. This is the Fringe Lily Camp. The waterhole's about 50 metres down there, the 2 waterholes. There's a few people around, so I might go for a bit of a walk and sign off, I think. Okay, day 15 of my yo-yo, my Larapinta yo-yo. I'm at Fringe Lily Creek. There's about 5 of us here tonight. Today was the hottest day so far. I've got up into the low 30s, I reckon, maybe mid 30s. Someone's just got a weather report and they reckon it's going to be 17 overnight, so it's going to be a fairly warm night. But that's all good. I won't need to crawl into the quilt tonight, maybe. All right, I think I did 19.3 Ks or something today. That included the side trip up to the top of Hugh Gorge. Didn't include wandering around at Fringe Lily here too much. I've spent the afternoon just chilling out down the swimming hole and the water hole. The climbing says 193 metres, possibly right. I don't know. See what happens when it runs through the software. All right, I'm going to head back. Tomorrow the plan is Brinkley Bluff. I camped I camped near it on the way out. I didn't actually get to the top before it got dark. So tomorrow, all going well, should be able to make it to the top pretty easy. It's going to be hot again tomorrow, so I'm thinking I'll get to the shelter and drop my gear and go down the birthday waterhole for a swim. That's the rough plan. Then come back, grab my gear about 3 o'clock and head up Brinkley in the afternoon. We'll see how that all pans out. All right, I will catch you in the morning for day 16. Take it easy.